Welcome. In this video I'm going to take a look at using the cheap USB HDMI capture card on Windows 10 using FFmpeg. So I'll put a link below to instructions on installing FFmpeg on Windows 10. And I'll also put a link to my playlist where I have other videos with this capture card. And I'll also put a link to the adapter on Amazon and eBay, and if you use either of those links it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So I have a Windows 10 PC here, and I have this USB capture card plugged in, and the USB capture card is plugged into a Raspberry Pi to feed it some video. So I have these notes here, and I'll put a link to my website where you can copy and paste these. And I'll copy this first one here, and I'll run it. And what this is going to do is tell us which devices we have plugged into our Windows PC. So if we look down here, we have Direct Show Video Devices, USB Video, and we have Direct Show Audio Devices, Digital Audio Interface. So this is the audio and video feed. So if we want to see more options, we can run this next command. And this will show all of the video modes. And I made a whole separate video you can find on my playlist on this, where I talk about the modes. This will do a RAW format and it will do motion JPEG. So in this video I want to test if this will actually do 60 frames per second. In a previous video I used the camera app and it would not do 60 frames per second. So the first command I have here is just going to monitor the display coming in on the capture card. So it's FFplay. And then we have format is D-Show, which is like Direct Show. And then video size here is 1920 by 1080. And the frame rate is 30. And the video codec is motion JPEG. And this is all on the input source. And this here is the input, which is USB video. And then we have colon, audio is digital audio interface, USB digital audio. Now I'm going to clean these notes up before they go on my website. But you may notice here, this says USB digital audio. And this one says 3- space USB digital audio. One day when I was working on it, this decided to have a 3 in front of it, and I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe I had multiple interfaces in at the time. So I will copy this line and paste it in my terminal. I'll hit enter, try that again. There we go. Oh, the Raspberry Pi, I think, has, yep, it was sleeping. Okay, so let me hit F here. There we go. So F will do full screen. It was actually stretched too far. I record these videos at 720p, so we're looking at a 1080p capture that's shrunk down to 720p. So I have a command I can run on here that will do a timer, like so. So if I want to get out of here, I'll just hit Q. There we go. So let me go back into that. I want to get my timer ready. There we go. So one downside of this is that you can't see the screen while you're trying to record it. So what you really need to do is probably get a splitter for this. So I have the output from the Raspberry Pi going into the capture card. I really should have it going into a splitter, and half of it going into the PC and the other end going into a monitor. So if I want to record this video, I can run one of these commands. Let's go to this bottom one. So this is similar to the FFplay command. It says RT buff size is 100 meg, and then we have video size here is 1280 by 720, and the frame rate is 60. And then at the end here, we've added on a video codec of H.264_QSV, and this is Intel QuickSync. So this is hardware encoding it. So it's taking the video off of the capture card, and it's encoding it to H.264 using Intel's QuickSync. So if you're using an AMD processor, this will not work. You'd have to use a different codec. And then the bitrate we have at 7000K, and the audio codec is AAC. So I'll copy this line, I'll paste that down here, I'll hit enter. I already did this, so I'll hit overwrite. And now I'm going to hit enter on the Raspberry Pi. We can't see it now, but it's running that countdown timer. Okay. So I'm going to quit that on the Pi, and on here I'll just hit Q to stop this recording. And now I can type FFplay space vid.mp4, and I'll hit enter. Okay, we're seeing the Raspberry Pi screen. This is what we recorded. And here we go, it's counting down. So I can hit Q to exit that. So I've tested this with Raspberry Pi and Mac, and I haven't had the audio working great on either system, but it does work well on Windows, and I'm not demonstrating that in this video, but I have tried it before and it does work great. So now I'm going to switch over to my Mac, and we're going to analyze those videos I just recorded. Okay, so I'm on my Mac here, and I'm going to use the FFmpeg tools here. I'll say FFprobe space, and I'll drag these files over one by one, and we'll look at them. Okay, and here we see this was recorded at 720p, 60 frames per second. So now I'll try the other file. And here we have 1080p at 30 frames per second. So I could have done this on Windows, but what I want to do here is go into QuickTime, because QuickTime works really well going frame by frame. So I'm going to start this video. Okay. So I'll start at 0, and I'm going to press the arrow key to go frame by frame. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Okay, I just hit this twice, so I had 6 twice. Now go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. So we had a double frame on 6. But otherwise, this seems to be doing 60 frames per second. That doesn't mean it's not dropping a random frame every once in a while. In the previous video I did with the camera app, it was getting every other frame. So this is at least attempting to do 60 frames per second. So I'll close out of this. I'll open up the 1080p version. So this should be 30 frames per second. So we should see a skip here. We have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So if you want to use one of these capture cards with FFmpeg on Windows, you can really dial in the settings on it because it supports 720p 60 frames per second, and it also supports 1080p 30 frames per second. And according to my tests, it's more or less doing that. You might miss a frame every once in a while or double up on a frame as this did, but you're going to get a more accurate recording than using the camera app. So that's all for this video. So I've tested this with the camera app and I've tested with FFmpeg. If there's another application you want me to try this with, please leave a comment below. And also leave a comment below if you have any questions. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.